My goodness me, where am I? Wow, everything is going to shit today. Like, that's very solidly within expectations for me, but... Okay, there we go. Well, that's not in the slightest bit foreboding. Hello everyone, my name is Mitsuda Madoi. I'm a forensic scientist. There is no one here for me to be giving the spiel to. We're playing Even If Tempest. This route has been an unapologetic slog. Let's try to get to a bit where something happens. Tyrell is about to give us his tragic backstory. Except we already got his tragic backstory, so there's not really much for him to elaborate on that's going to matter. Will I be right? Usually, that's kind of my thing. His gaze grows distant at the scene of 20 years ago reflects in his eyes. Which is very impressive. Apparently he has psychic powers on top of everything else. No. Wait, no, I'm going blind! No!
Tyrell! Tyrell はどこだ?
Tyrell doko?
今日は石工族の成り立ちを教えると言っていたのに、一体どこに逃げた? お前は見てないか? サグ。
Boy, I sure am glad I'm about to teach my beautiful son the incredibly important bit of information he needs to learn today here in our small, innocent countryside village in the fantasy world. Man, I'm so glad I get to do this when I'm only 2 days away from retirement, too. I can't wait to go home to my home in the countryside now after this is all over and propose to my girl back home. Even though I'm already a father, don't think too hard about it. Something something pineapple salad.
見てません。
そうか。もし見かけたら、家に戻るように伝えてくれ。まったく。入り口には見張りを立てたから、村の外には出ていないはずなんだが。
ティレル君、もう大丈夫だよ。
Aha, an accomplice! Here I thought you were a better class of criminal, Tyrell. Or at least a more interesting one. Do anime characters have to legally change their names from young X to just X
あのクソ親父。
after they hit a certain age?
授業を受けなくていいの？また怒られるよ。いいんだよ。親父の長い話を最後まで聞いてたら尻に根っこが生えちまう。それに今日は森に行くって決めてるんだ。
But Sangu, I need to abandon all of my friends so I can have delicious angst as an adult about it.
でも今夜は前夜祭だよ。みんなでワイワイ楽しむ夜なのに。夜までには戻るよ。それに族長様、入り口に見張りを置くって言ってたよ。
I'm a main character, which means I can beat the crap out of them no matter how little sense it makes.
変装すればいける。
Just put on a false mustache then. And why does an innocent little boy have a false mustache? As a disguise. Ah, I see. Go on ahead then.
変装？これを着ていく。
Do you mean disguise or that guys?
かわいい服だね。私のお気に入りに似てる。そうか、借りるぞ。え？私のマイ衣装！
You know, I actually didn't expect them to, you have a CG for this. Congratulations, game. You've managed to get one bit of surprise out of me. Took you most of the route, but you got there.
今日一日サグのふりする。お前はどっかに隠れてろ。あ、俺の代わりに親父の授業を受けてきてもいいぞ。お前は俺のいとこだけど、双子かってくらい似てるし。
We're cousins, just in case you forgot.
他の人はごまかせても、族長様にはバレるよ。
Chief? McLeod.
ああ、だから無理せず隠れとけ。それよりどうだ？女の服なんて着たことないから合ってるかわかんねえんだけど。合ってる。かわいい。やっぱり俺って何着ても似合うんだな。
I do not like this, Tyrell. Its smug aura mocks me.
服が可愛いって言ったんだよ。ティレル君のバカ。
My god, she said the thing.
怒るなって。お前の好きな果物取ってきてやるから。
Yeah, unfortunately for the rest of the village, her favorite fruit is durian.
本当？ってティレル君森に果物取りに行くの？母さんが甘酸っぱいもん食いたいって言うんだよ。優しい。うるせえ。じゃあな。
Dare you accuse me of being nice? I have a reputation to uphold. Well,
いってらっしゃい。
unlike the rest of us, we are so doomed. It's kinda funny. This is all a story Tyrell is telling Anastasia, right? Is Tyrell just sitting there putting on different voices going, and then Sagu said, okay, have fun, and then I said, okay. And then I walked through the forest a bit and hummed a hummy tune, like, Master Tyrell, I don't think I need this much detail. Shush, yes you do.
大昔のこと覚えるより、どこに桃がなってるかとか、どのイチゴがうまいかとかの方がずっと役に立つのにな。
Heh, there's no such things as mysterious anyway.
族長様ならもっと有益なことを。なんだろう。森がざわざわしてる。
Forest on the edge of the... Oh no. Men. I discovered a group of 3 knights. At the time, I thought they were members of the Wings, since we spot them every so often. We were forbidden from speaking to citizens of Historica, so my first thought was to put distance between us. I soon realized, though, that something was off. One of them either fell off his horse or was attacked by a wolf, judging by his injured leg. If that was all, I wouldn't have broken tradition to help them, but there was more.
この草には抗菌作用があって可能を抑えることができるんだ。塗り込めば一発だぞ。
You know, antibacterial grass feels like the sort of thing I should be able to make jokes about really, really easily, but like nothing's coming to me. Sorry, sometimes we all have off days.
そうなのか。
No, I was lying. Well, time to amputate. Shing.
安心しろ。俺は薬草には詳しいんだ。
I'm planning to start a restaurant using my own personal blend of 11 herbs and spices. I'm thinking of calling it Kentucky Fried Chicken. What's a Kentucky? I have no idea.
治療ができるなら早くやれ。時間がないんだ。わかった。頼む。おう、任せてお。
その草毒があるぞ。
なんだお前、一体どこから。
なもん塗り込まれたら足切り落とすだけじゃ済まないぞ。騎士のくせに知ったかぶりするな。
なんだと。
Guys, what have I told you about eating the poison? God.
まあ待て。お嬢ちゃん、この辺りの子かな。ご覧の通り仲間が怪我してしまったんだ。君の住んでいるところに連れて行ってくれないか。
俺薬持ってる。
え？
Gotta go off and just grab some pills real quick.
終わり。
And then he
抗
did.
体足りなくて手拭い使ったから、町に戻ったらちゃんと処置してもらえなよ。
ありがとう。助かったよお嬢ちゃん。これはうんとお礼をしないと。あ、おい追いかけろ。
Just like that, he was gone. Never did see him again. Most beautiful man I had ever seen.
もう姿が見えないんだが。
なんてすばしっこいんだ。まあいい。皇族隊が犬を連れてくる。その手拭いがあれば。
And this is why you should never go on an adventure without a towel. Those were some weird guys. They're different somehow than those wings I saw before. I should tell my old man, but if I do, he'll find out I skipped out on lessons.
はあ、
Well, I guess I'll just have to leave them all to die.
ティーレル、一体今までどこにって、なぜ女物の服を着ている。
Cyril, why aren't you wearing any pants? Why are you showing off so much fucking pelvic bone? You're like 12, that's weird.
そんなことより親父、森に怪しい騎士がいた。
騎士？翼騎士ではなくてか。
You mean other than the wings? Like the feet, or the fingernails, or the tailbones? The clavicles?
多分違う。翼騎士は狩りしに来るから弓を持ってるだろ。今日見た奴らは剣しか持ってなかった。
Well, we're all going to die.
お前、また一人で森に行ったんだな。言いつけを守らない者は罰として倉庫の掃除を命じる。お前のような悪ガキに前夜祭を楽しむ資格はない。
Maybe this will teach you to tell us about what you saw, honestly.
終わるまで出てくるんじゃないぞ。
See, now, if this was a good game, they would respond by just replaying that sound clip again.
終わるまで出てくるんじゃないぞ。
I should have kept it to myself. I set about cleaning the storehouse as ordered. The storehouse was on the edge of the village, and filled with mountains of history books and medical records. It was also our most valuable storehouse, so the walls were thick and the door heavy. Most children couldn't open the door on their own, so they needed to call an adult with a bell to let them out. With how often I snuck out, I was very familiar with the place. I hear voices. I normally don't hear anything after coming in here. Everyone must be having the time of their lives at the festival. Would the old man really not let me out of here too? I don't think that makes sense as a sentence. Man. It's so tough being a quirky, precocious young lad.
やっぱ出してくれるんだな。そうだよな。俺がいないとみんな寂しいよな。
Oh boy, I can't wait to go have fun at the festival. Then he throws open the door and everything is on fire.
なんで開けてくれないんだ？鈴鳴ったよな。
No angels are getting their wings today, kiddo.
ほら、って鈴は子供が扉を開け閉めするときに鳴らすもので、大人は使わないんだった。
Alright, I'm coming already. Criminy.
なんだよ、これ。サグ？
Sagu? Sagu, are you dead? If you were dead, you'd tell me, right? The door opened slightly. From the little I can hear of her voice, I can tell she's putting her all into getting the door open. Why Sagu? Why wouldn't an adult help her? Question marks fill my head, but I act before I can think. I push myself against the door, putting all my strength into helping her. Yeah. Ah. Yeah.
ダメだ。俺たちだけじゃ無理だって。サグ、大人を呼んできてくれ。サグ、おい、サグ。
Sagu's very dead. Sagu's a whole 15 shades of dead.
サグ、サグ。
How did I open a door too heavy for a kid to have opened? I don't really remember. And I'm sure I benefited from hysterical strength or adrenaline. But more than once, I wished I never dug out the strength to open that door. See, what I tell you, on fire. Either that or the sun is going nova. One of the two.
倉庫までの道に血の跡があったから、おそらく刺されてから俺のところに来たんだろう。俺を助けるために。次に見たのが母親。胸から血を吹き出して倒れていた。腹の中には弟だか妹がいたが。
Having developed a taste for blood, they wound up becoming a major serial killer. They were the first person I ever caught. That's a story for a whole other game.
最後に見たのは騎士と戦う父親。親父は強かったが、多勢を圧倒できるほどじゃなかった。
Numbers like 7 and 32, 64. Hike!
切り殺される瞬間、俺と目が合って何かを言った。逃げろか、生きろか。どっちであっても立ち止まってるわけにはいかなかった。
That last spot wasn't blood. Tyrael was just so surprised he spit out his strawberry gushers. Don't cry, I reprimanded myself over and over again. If I cried, Master Tyrael would worry, or worse, regret sharing his story. I'd go silent.
俺は逃げた。知り尽くしたはずの森は、その夜だけは別物に見えて、どこに行けばいいかわからなくて。
We just kinda had to awkwardly insert this bit in, otherwise you'd all question where it went from the last time I told this story.
そのうち、馬のいななきと人の気配がした。騎士たちが逃げた村の奴らを探してたんだと思う。何度か悲鳴が聞こえたから間違いない。洞穴は隠れるには最適だった。このままじっとしてれば殺されずに済む。と思ってたら、そこは蛇の集合住宅でな。
Tyrael did not think to watch out for snakes.
不法侵入は蛇の世界でも犯罪らしい。全身髪跡だらけ。つったら大げさか。いや、どうだったか。もう覚えちゃいないが、気分としてはそんな感じだ。読者がいなかったことは奇跡だな。その後、カルセンに救われたのも。あの日、俺が森で治療してやった騎士がカルセンだ。カルセンは、俺に恩義を感じてて、死体がどこにもないことに気づいて探しに来てくれたらしい。カルセンに救われて、ようやくわかった。カルセンは俺の手拭いを持っていた。犬に匂いを嗅がせて、俺の居所を探らせたんだ。その方法で、イシクの村を見つけた。
I mean, maybe if my entire family and clan and entire race had been subjected to a literal genocide in some other circumstances, then I wouldn't have felt bad about it, but no!
おそらく、イシク族の誰かが出入りするタイミングで襲撃したんだろう。村の大まかな場所さえ分かれば、簡単な仕事だったろうな。あの時俺が、騎士なんか助けなければ、あんなことにはならなかった。
Moral of the story, children. Never be kind to others. Master Tyrael?
いや、分かってるんだ。たとえ俺が、あの時村でおとなしくしてたとしても、あんな風に人海戦術で来られちゃ、いずれ見つかってた。たった一日の差だったかもしれない。でも一日あれば、みんなは祭りを楽しめただろう。イシク族の繁栄を願う、一年で一番大きな祭りだ。大人も子供も、みんなが楽しみにしていた。俺が全部、奪ったんだ。
I was really looking forward to seeing our clan's version of Mardi Gras. My mother always got so many beads, it was really pretty. I always thought it strange that he never resented the king that destroyed his clan. I'm sure there's some resentment there, of course. He's shaken with rage and been overwhelmed with wrath more times than I could probably count. But he hates himself even more. Which is why he can't forgive his own ignorance. He can't stand remaining a fool. He abhors his weakness more than anyone or anything else. But like his mental weakness, I mean.
異宿族が魔女を信奉する一族だと疑われたからだとカルセンに教えられた。確かに村を丸ごと隠すなんて魔法の類に見えても仕方ない。
He resented his physical weakness. He probably started pumping iron to the point where his limbs did not resemble literal twigs.
俺は教会に引き取られた。なんとか王の誤解を解く道を探っている途中で殿下に出会ったんだ。
Mr. Pen is mightier than the thing that is not a pen. He's not mightier than the sword. He specifically told us that wasn't the point of his story.
そっから先はご存知の通りだ。異宿族の名誉を回復してやるという言葉にそそのかされ、殿下に仕えることが贖罪だと信じ、ここまで来た。
And you believed him. 'Cause you're a big old sucker.
俺さ、次で27なんだけどさ、人生まだまだ前半と思っちゃいるが、
Don't mock me.
若いうちにいろいろ詰め込まれたせいで、気分的には70、80の老衰目前。せめて50ぐらいだったら復讐する気も起きるんだろうが、無理。ほんと疲れた。
Wow. Big mood.
っていうのがちょっと前までの俺な。
Before?
ぼちぼち夜が明けるな。あと少し付き合ってくれ。
Master Tyrell walked towards the back of the cave. He had gripped my hand with almost painful strength before, but now it rests easily around mine. If what he says is true, the old Ishik village lies just beyond. And if what he says is true, the village will have been laid to waste. I don't know if I'll be able to keep myself together if I actually see it. The muscles around my eyes are stiff and sore in my attempt to keep my tears at bay. I'm terrified to go forward, but I'm also unable to tell him this. I see the exit after about 10 minutes of walking. A white light shines through, heralding the beginning of dawn. I squeeze my eyes shut. I promised myself I wouldn't make fun of any typos. I promised myself I was better than that. Fearful for what I'm about to see.
おい、なんで目つむってんだ?
Because I'm allergic to sunlight, you know that. I got this on my eyes. It burns. It burns. Ishik looks as flowers bloom as far as the eye can see. These supposedly extinct blossoms all but burst forth from the surface and gently sway in the wind. It's so beautiful, I'm almost convinced I'm dreaming.
そうかんだろう。ここまでするのに結構手間がかかったんだぜ。
Hard work and determination. You did all this by yourself?
ここにはお前しか連れてきたことない。来いよ。真ん中から見ると最高なんだ。
Hashtag smiles I want to protect. Master Tyrell proceeds through the field, but I'm rooted to the spot. I can't take a single step forward.
どうした?
I can't go.
Huh?
Huh? That's you. I'm not confident I can walk through the field without stepping on a flower. Or a butterfly, and that would cause a massive hurricane in China.
この花は強い。ちょっと踏まれたくらいでどうにかなるほどか弱くねえよ。
I can't.
たく、しょうがねえな。
And... he's doing the thing. Master Tira lifts me into his arms and walks towards the center of the flower field.
なあ、いいだろう。
My god, I can see forever! Yes. It's beautiful. How did Master Tyrell feel as he grew these flowers? Was he working to save an endangered species? Or were they his parting gift toward the dead? He probably diligently planted and cultivated this field to soothe the spirits of the departed. Alone. For years. Well, everybody needs a hobby, I guess. It's so beautiful that it's brought me to tears. I know my facial expression on the screen looks just kinda doofy, but I swear I am teetering directly on the verge of crying. You'll just have to take my word for it, but I am.
大げさなやつだな。
Yeah, you're right, it really was.
俺は口では石工族の名誉だなんだって言ってたが、頭のどっかではいつ死んでもいいと思ってた。むしろ望んでさえいた気がする。
Ah, he really is just like me, for real, for real.
でも今は違う。お前がいるから。
Except for that part.
お前が俺を好きだと言うから、俺は自分が生きていてもいいと思える。
And the crowd goes wild! Yeah! Yeah! Woo! Hooray!
だって、俺が死んだらお前泣くんだろ？
Yeah, probably.
今の日じゃないくらい。
Depends what you were doing, like, immediately before you died, I guess. I'd cry. I mean, I did actually cry. I would cry.
じゃあ、意地でも死ねないな。それだけでも結構な進歩なんだが、欲が出てきた。お前と二人で生きるだけなら簡単だ。追っ手を振り切って遠い国に逃げればいい。金はある。生きていくための術もある。この通り、園芸の才能すらあるんだ。どこでだってやっていける。けど、俺の望みは違う。
He wants to live in a beautiful house. With a beautiful wife.
俺はお前とこの国で生きていたい。クライオスとゼンと飲んで、たまにバカやって、クソメイドに小言言われながら、お前と一緒に。この花たちみたいに根を張って、日向で生きていたい。
Bright light flickers in his eyes. Any worry or conflict that once rested there is now gone.
だから、暗殺や摂取はやらない。俺は、コンラッドを裁判という公明正大な手段で断罪する。
Yeah, trials. Remember when this game was about those? That was fun. We should do that more often.
俺を信じてついてきてくれるか？
I am ride or die at this stage. Mainly because I know from the epilogue of the base game that we're going to succeed already. Of course I do. For me, there's nothing easier than choosing to trust you.
つい最近別のやつからも似たようなことを言われた。
Who could that be? Maybe Grand Commander Cryus and the other Inquisitors? Or perhaps someone else entirely. Either way, I'm not the only one that believes in Master Tyrell. That knowledge fills me with joy. If love is what allowed you to live, then I'll love you for as many people as it takes. But I know that's not necessary. So many people love you. Like, at least 2. You've more allies than enemies. So many people love you. Never forget that. Now if you excuse me, I need to go kill myself. BRB. We can find happiness by ourselves, but I'm sure we can find even greater joy here with everyone else. Hooray. And then they kissed.
言っとくけど、お前に好かれるのが一番嬉しいからな。
I'd have complaints otherwise. I like sassy Anastasia. Give me more sassy Anastasia.
何人分だって愛してくれていい。
You've suddenly gotten very greedy.
ダメ？
Not at all. I'll love you until you're satisfied. I could love you more than 100 people. Fuck all of them. I am so full of fucking love and affection and shit. Master Tyrell suddenly goes silent as he looks at me. Is something wrong?
俺が満足するまでとはよく言ったもんだと思ってな。一体何をしてくれるんだ？
Well, we tried that earlier and it was very confusing and I'm not sure how it worked out in terms of SSC, but... This, you know, concerns our state of mind more than anything. It's not about doing anything specific, or
まさか具体性のない話をしてきたのか？
Anastasia, we've been over this already. When there is a gap between theory and practice, theory always loses. Always. I'll learn to make your favorite foods. Though I'm pretty sure that consists entirely of alcohol, so...
ほう、そりゃ楽しみだ。で？
I'll clean your room so you can relax instead.
あ？
I'll hug you. And kiss you and say I love you a lot, would that be enough to satisfy you? They are both teetering on the verge of just going up like Roman candles.
もっと攻め込むつもりだったが、今日のところは勘弁してやる。
Thank you?
ぼちぼち戻るか。裁判の準備しねえと。
Fuck yeah. Is there anything I can do while you work from the inside?
ある。めんどくさいことを押し付けるつもりでいる。
Oh, gee, thanks. Whatever it is, I'll do it. Anna, you have to have some more self-control. Or self-respect. Self-something. Whatever self you don't have, you need to get some.
女神偽証罪をなんとかしろ。
I always told you should beware the sacrilege. And what counts as something?
今回の被告人はトーマス・アンルー、そしてマシュー・ミラーという証人だ。マシュー・ミラーはコンラッドの企み通り、お前を首謀者と告発するだろう。お前が3人目の被告人になるのはどうあがいても避けることはできない。通貨偽造は俺が証拠を掴んでくるから問題ないが、女神偽証罪はまた別の話だ。例えば、作った擬歌を盗まれて売りさばかれたんだなんて言われたらおしまいだからな。
It is an incredibly stupid theory, but unfortunately it's the kind of stupid theory that Japanese judges absolutely lap up. Like milk from a saucer. We won't. In other words, I have to prove that I did not besmirch the goddess's name. To demonstrate myself as guilty until proven innocent and proven negative and all sorts of other shit. How am I supposed to go about misrepresenting myself, huh? You know that? Does that work out for ya? To prove that which doesn't exist. With probatio diabolica. Look, I already read Umineko, we've been over this. You don't have to try to impress me, game.
お前の口からそんな単語が出てくるとはな。
Mitchell and Inquisitor Toll spoke about it before.
まあ確かに、やっていないことを証明するのは困難だな。だったら、全部ひっくり返してしまえばいい。
How so?
罪はなぜ存在するのか。罪を犯したからか？違う。罪名があるからだ。
So all we have to do is attack all of our accusers and give them brain damage until they can't name the crime we're accused of. It's perfect! Because they've been given a name. In other words, we get rid of the crime completely?
そういうことだ。
I'm sure we only just spoke of leading a righteous life without crime.
相手は第一王子だぞ。生半可なやり方で勝てるわけねえだろ。
Is it really a crime if it's funny? Answer me that, why don't you? I said that too. I think over the issue and come up with a brilliant plan. Can I make contact with the church?
当然だ。せいぜい楽しめよ。
Fun? A rather tall order. You know I hate fun. I like training and doing paperwork. Let's say I go to the church upon going back into town. They aren't the most pleasant to deal with, but it's nowhere near as difficult as Master Tiro's ordeal. Prince Lucian is at the castle, and the guard commander regularly visits him. So he'll be... Master Tyrrell! Grand Commander Kreis and Prince Lucian are not at the castle. They spoke of going abroad. You have no allies within the castle walls.
まあな。なんならコンラッドは俺にルーシェンの暗殺を命じるだろう。味方どころか敵同士だ。不安になった？
A little. So I said no. You know, like a liar.
大丈夫だよ。俺と自分を信じろ。
Believe in the me that believes in you. He gently runs his hand over my head. I can tell from his smile, so full of confidence, that he's trying to encourage me. I can't wallow forever. I mean, I could, but it wouldn't be very productive. I try to get myself together and answer him, but...
なんだ、もう見つかってしまったか。
Conrad, why are you everywhere all the time? Don't you, like, head the tunnel project or something? Don't you have, like, a 9 to 5 you gotta work on?
見つからないならこの森を焼いてしまおうと思っていたのに。残念だな。
Conrad. Conrad's confident grin is backed by the many knights standing and waiting behind him. Master Tio's expression doesn't change, as if he had long suspected this might happen. We are talking about a man who can apparently see the future.
休暇明けの部下を迎えに来てくださるなんて慈悲深いですね。俺が戻ればこいつには手を出さないと約束してくれますか？
Fortunately, as we've established already, Conrad is an incredibly easy mark despite everything.
そうだな。殺しはしないとだけ言っておこう。少しばかり不自由なことにはなるだろうが、極刑から救ってあげるんだ。破格の対応だと思ってくれ。
She'll avoid capital punishment. She'll only face largest city that everybody mistakenly believes is the capital punishment.
正しい判断ができると信じていたよ。
You doofus.
アナスタシア、ここまで歩いてきたのかい？馬がいるから乗せて行ってあげようか。
And I look at him, and he looks at me.
無視されてしまった。悲しいな。お前の恋人は愛想がないね。
And he looks at him, and he looks at him.
似た者同士ということか。
Master Tyrrell. The Grand Commander is nowhere in the city. Maya has been taken in by House Castle Rock. There is no one to save me. We'll be fine. We can make it through this. Okay, I'm over it now. Let's go save the kingdom.
ああ、その、何の用かな？リンゼル家のお嬢さん。
That's a good question, actually. I haven't told me what I'm doing here yet.
リスターはどうしたんだね？ 姿が見えないようだが。
He is away on another engagement.
そうか。まったく奴は何をしているのか。仕事を申し付けていたというのに。
Regarding that work, would you allow me to handle it in his stead?
は
I said, would you allow me to handle it in his stead? I would save the church from their financial woes.
それは願ったり叶ったりだが、そなたはまさか父君に取り合ってくれるのか？
My father... Well, Marquess Linzel is currently bedridden, so I doubt that's possible.
ああ。
I have a very special plan. If we put this into practice, not only can we revitalize the church's finances, but you would have more leeway for the orphanage.
本当か？
Truly. Can you promise me you'll enact this plan?
それは聞いてからではないと何とも言えん。
3, 2, 1, and... I knew it wouldn't be that easy. Oh well. Have you heard of the recent trend of young women purchasing charms imbued with the goddess's blessing?
なんだと？我がクロム教ではそのようなことは許しておらん。
Yes, I would. The merchants have already been detained by the Inquisitorial Order. Their trial is in a few days.
そうか。ならば安心だ。女神の名を語ることはもちろんのこと、まじない品の売買も教会法に反しているからな。
Anyone who sells little trinkets and gewgaws should be put to death. Regarding that law, I want you to change it.
変更。変更？
What are you gonna do? Tell me I'm wrong about my own court? My own laws? My own religion? My own me-danged self? Dawn of the 4th day. 90-something hours remain.
Lucian 殿下の警備状況、騎士の配置と交代時間などをまとめた報告書です。
たった1日でこれだけのことを調べてくるとはさすがだな。
He's gotta wear that mask whenever he's in Conrad's presence because he doesn't want to breathe the same air as him.
あっちがぬるすぎるんですよ。
この情報があればルーシェンを殺すのも簡単なんじゃないか？
ルーシェン殿下のそばにはクライオス・キャソロックがいます。
お前ならやれるだろう。キャソロックは友人なんだから。たとえ国一番の騎士でも友が相手なら気を抜くだろう。友人とひ弱な王子を殺す。やはり簡単な話だ。
Man, what a guy.
ルーシェンはあさって城に戻る予定だ。頼んだぞ。
はい。
疲れただろう。今夜はもう下がっていいぞ。
本当にあの男は信用できるのですか？
Tucker, are you questioning me? You know what happens to people who question me. That's why I always carry a fountain pen.
ああ、もちろんだ。ほら、見てみろ。この詳細な情報。一日、いや、たった一晩でこれだけのことを調べ上げたんだぞ。
能力のことではありません。一度兄上を裏切ったのでしょう。 その情報だって本当に正しいものでしょうか。
たとえここに書かれていることが全て嘘だったとしても、ルーシェンを殺すのも奴の仕事だ。
You know, I don't think that actually works as a counter argument.
私はあの男が嫌いです。目つきは悪いし、兄上に対する態度も反抗的だ。
まあ確かに俺の命令に逆らうことはあるな。王族と子供は殺したがらない。しかし基本的には従順だよ。よく働いてくれる。
王族をならルーシェンのことも殺せないのでは。
And therein lies the rub. I mean, that and, you know, all the other massive flaws with this problem. This plan, as it were. If you can call it that.
いや、殺すさ。もう二度と命令に背くことはない。
You see, I know, because...
どうした？まだ何かあるのか？
最近の兄上は妙な輩を懐に入れるようになられたので心配なのです。
妙な輩？
それって私のことかな？
Oh my god. The only yet unaccounted for antagonist in the game. Other than Evelina, who doesn't actually seem to have any goals or interest in anything.
どこから現れた？
I'm a witch now, I can teleport. It really do be like that sometimes.
バーカー、女性をそんな目で見るものじゃないよ。
猟犬の方はこのパーカーが目を光らせておきます。
しかしあのティレルがイシク族よりも女を取るなんてな。愛というものは恐ろしいな。
But I don't feel it. A fact which of course is the reason I am evil. That's not problematic at all.
でも扱いやすくはなったでしょ？
君の言う通りに。
You watch your tone, young lady. I will go over there and pat you on the head gently. Give you kisses. Little loudmouth.
住む場所を用意して仕事を与えて平穏の中で人を愛する気持ちを取り戻してあげる。そしたらどんな強い子も臆病になるからね。そういうことを覚えておくといい王様になれるよ。
なるほど。君からは学ぶことが多いな。
Oh, they get along great. From being two evil people who are evil. That's you. That's what you sound like. Three days until the trial. Dun dun. What is Master Tyrell doing now? There's so many unknowns to this trial that it's somehow even more unpredictable than a carnival. Our goals are plain. We must convict Conrad of counterfeiting currency. Remember your ABCs, always be convicting Conrad of counterfeiting currency. I suppose that's really more of our ABCCCCs. But unlike in the carnivals, this trial will not be led by the Inquisitors. The stage belongs to the judge and public prosecutor, to the counsel for the defense and the witnesses. I will have to play my part as a suspect as well. I need to figure out how I'm going to summon Conrad to the stand. The key to this is the evidence Master Tyrell is currently searching for. So long as we have that, we can make it work. I'm sure we'll manage, but unless I know exactly what that evidence is, I won't be able to tell the judge anything. Master Tyrell said he'd meet up with the Grand Commander and Prince Lucian upon their return tomorrow. That's cutting it close. I feel like I'm on a tightrope.
Oi! Oi と言っている!
You know, I'd prefer not to.
先ほど評議会でそなたの提案を伝えてきた。
They said it's very stupid and they're not gonna go through with it. Oh. Well, this is awkward. I didn't actually prepare a second plan. Oh. Did it go through?
軽く聞くな。そなたはとんでもないことを言い出したのだぞ。まあ、反応は悪くなかった。むしろ、そなたと同じことを考えている者もいたくらいだ。
Really?
そなたの案よりもずっと規模は大きいがな。いっそその方が莫大な利益は見込める。
Gaze of judgment. Pew 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 pew.
わかっておる。そなたの許す範囲でとどめる。でなければ、また王の不況を買ってしまうからな。それにそなたは。
And me? What about me?
いや、なんでもない、なんでもないぞ。
Eh? Things are proceeding apace on my end, Master Tyrell. Please, stay safe. Dun dun.
ルーシェン殿下がお戻りになったそうだな。
I mean, apparently, I'm just kind of saying stuff at this point.
ああ、何もこんな夜更けに戻ることないのにな。警備を厳重にとのことだが、あのクライオス殿がいるなら何の問題もなさそうだ。
まさか、キャソロック家が王位継承争いに参加するなんて、誰が予想しただろうな。これで、ほとんど
キャソロック家はともかく、一騎士の指示なんて大いに関係あるか？
I mean, if they aren't, I'm not entirely clear what they're here for.
あるさ。不測の事態が起きたとき、矢面に立つのは俺たちだぞ。
それはそうだが。
Man, these guys have no self-respect. Or, I guess they aren't really knights, they're just ordinary medieval soldiers who live in castles, wear full armor, and fight enemies of the crown. That's totally different.
ねえ、どこに行ってたの？
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton-eyed Joe?
あ、ルーシェン君を殺しに？もうやっちゃった？血の匂いはしないからまだみたいだね。これから行くところだったんだ。そうでしょ？
お前。
I don't know why they're milking this so hard. There's only one voice actress who plays that character in that game. Who are you trying to fool here?
おーい、どうしてそんなに驚いた顔してるの？ああ、そっか。私のことわかんないんだ。
See, I forgot you don't know anything. And that is where you will face your punishment. Because that is the most rookie mistake a mystery culprit can possibly commit.
何なんだ一体。何者だ。
何者って、それ私に聞いちゃう？コンラッド君はあなたのことを掌握した気でいるけど、私はそうは思わないんだよね。だってあなたの目には恐怖がないもの。だからしばらく牢屋でおとなしくしていてもらおうかな。
Oh dear. It appears our evil plan was undone by something we could not have foreseen. Whatever will we do? Find out. Right now.
ディレルからまだ何も音沙汰はなしか。
It's like he evaporated. Like he melted away in the morning sun. No. That's what I was getting at, no.
ま、あいつのことだから何の心配もないだろうが、打ち合わせもなしに裁判に臨むのは不安だよな。
I'll be fine. She lied like a liar. Are you sure you shouldn't be with Prince Lucian, sir?
今日は父と今後について話し合うらしくてな。こっちの仕事が溜まっているから、俺は抜けさせてもらった。
If he's with the Marquess, then there's nothing to worry about.
あ、
Are we sure about that, actually? I mean, Conrad's plan completely hinges upon him murdering a member of the royal family in cold blood. Why do we assume there is anybody he is above going after? Doing that may put Master Tyrell in more danger, or ever.
そうだな。今はお前の元にいるのが正解かもしれない。
Me?
魔女の方もまだ解決していないんだろ。
The witch. Well, no, I haven't. The witch hasn't made any new moves, but I don't think we have to worry ourselves much at the moment.
けど、お前は被害に遭ったんだろ？
Yes, but only in so much as I was doused in an aphrodisiac.
今なんて言った？
I was doused in an aphrodisiac.
そんな話聞いていないんだが。
It didn't affect me. Oh, Master Teal dealt with it in an appropriately manner, so there were no further problems. You're the salt of the earth, Annie.
お前たちの間で解決したのなら俺は何も言わない。しかしなぜよりにもよってそれなんだ？
That is an excellent question. Good point. I never thought to ask that question. The Inquisitorial Order is still on the lookout for that fortune teller, but there have been no leads. In other words, I remain the only victim. Was she specifically after me? If so, why? Why choose an aphrodisiac rather than a more standard potion? I mean, those are totally the same thing, right? It totally makes sense that a person would just choose between those two things. Salty, salty earth, Annie. Why would a witch act now, of all times? Well. It's Lucian?
クライアス、アナスタシア殿、僕の部屋にこんなものが。
Oh my god, it's a single piece of paper. How horrifying! The dense handwriting on it is covered in places by blood, making it difficult to read.
ティレルの血だな。
コンラッド兄上が何者かを投獄したようです。牢は厳重に警備されていて、僕の陣営の人間は近づくことすらできませんが、おそらく捕まっているのは。
Well, that's problematic. Gasp.
捕まる直前に殿下のもとに手紙を忍ばせたといったところか。
Can I borrow a paper and pen, Grand Commander? I copy the blood-smeared writing over to another piece of paper. Testimonies from Thomas Unruh Matthew. I wasn't done with that! Criminy. Keep your pants on. Testimonies from Thomas Unruh, Matthew Miller. Put Linzell on the witness stand. Prove Thomas's here. Summon as counsel for the defense. Summon as a beware. Wow, thanks, dear. You were able to get us absolutely everything except the bits that we may need. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess that Linzell on the witness stand does not refer to us. Because if it did, why would he specify which Anastasia he was talking about in a letter to Anastasia? About as far as I got. Master Tyrell and I had been planning to convict Conrad during the trial tomorrow.
クライオスから兄上が通貨偽造に関わっているというところまでは報告を受けています。その件でですか?
It is. After you left the country, Master Tyrell returned to Conrad's service to locate evidence.
つまりこれは裁判の流れを記したもの。
It's just no useful information in it.
わざとかと疑いたくなるくらい重要な部分が抜け落ちているな。
さすがの彼もこんな非常時にそんな悪ふざけはしないだろう。
Are you sure, though? Are we sure Tyrell is not that much of a disgusting little goblin man?
まあ、こいつ相手にはやらないか。
For this second one, I think he wants me to testify to prove Thomas Unruh's charge of sacrilege is invalid.
罪を無効に？そんなことができるのか？
I can, but I would need Prince Lucian's help to do that. Yes.
何でしょうか？何でもおっしゃってください。
Thank you. I'd like to borrow some of your time later to explain the details.
今はもう少しティレルの残したメモの解読をしたいな。3番目の弁護人というのは誰か新しい味方でもできたのか？
If we do, I'd sure like to know. No, as far as I'm aware. Could it be a friend of Master Tyrell's?
ティレルに俺と全以外の友人はいない。
It's really sad, but also completely believable.
そんなはっきり言わなくても。
そもそもこれは誰の弁護人なんだ。弁護人を召喚できるのは被告人だけだぞ。
あなたに心当たりがないのなら、議価を売りさばいていた商人の弁護人ということになりますね。
Bidu. Apparently had someone specific in mind. You don't say. You don't say.
だといい
残りはもう何もわかりませんね。気をつけろとは一体何のことを言ってるのか。
Can't be the Ides of March. It's already November.
気をつけることだらけで見当がつかないな。リューシェン殿下、ティレルはどういった理由で牢屋に入れられたんですか。
何らかの罪を犯したと聞いているが。
I knew it. He was the one who stole the cookie from the cookie jar.
被告人には証人を召喚する権利がある。この権利を使えばティレルを裁判に呼び出すこともできたんだが、罪人は例外だ。
兄上の狙いはそれだったんですよ。リスターが裁判に出れば全てを覆されかねない。城内なら罪をでっち上げることも簡単だ。彼を出廷させないために連れ戻し、無実の罪で投獄した。
And whose fault is that, Lucy? I mean his, but you were the one who told us it'd work. How awful. Bum 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 bum. Okay, what's the plan?
アナスタシア殿、今からでも遅くありません。国外へ逃げるべきです。
No.
リスターのことも必ず救出します。時間はかかるかもしれませんが、絶対にあなたの元にお連れしますから。
Your Highness. Thank you for so earnestly worrying for our safety.
じゃあ、
But we'll be fine. I will not run. And as for Master Tyrell, he told me he would return to my side, so I'm sure it will all be all right.
アナスタシア殿。
I've already received a subpoena from the courthouse. Now I need to summons Exhibit B to my chamber. As I'm the daughter of a Marquess, I won't be detained, but I would be detained immediately were I to attempt to flee. Prince Lucian looks as though he still has thoughts he wishes to vocalize, but the Grand Commander lightly pats him on the shoulder.
諦めましょう。こいつはもうテコでも動きませんよ。
I am practically made of granite.
クライオス、あなたは彼女が心配じゃないのか。
心配に決まってる。それでも二人が決めたことなら尊重するのが我々の役目です。
クライオス。
Yes, that's his name, don't wear it out.
それにあのティレルがこの事態を想定していないとはどうしても思えないんですよね。
Everybody knows Tyrell is in the habit of reading ahead in the scripts.
まさか捕まったことすら計算の上だとでも言うのか。
Now, what's phase 2 of his cunning plan?
そういうことをやる男なんだ、あいつは。な、アナスタシア。
Right. And it is with that in mind that he forced the impossible onto us. That is simply the kind of man he is.
多分、もし失敗しても、俺たちが助けると思ってますよ。
失敗してからの方が救出は困難になるんだが。 刑罰が下った者を国外に逃がすなんて王位継承争いより厳しいぞ。
万が一にでもそのようなことになれば、一緒にティレルを叱りつけて思いっきり恩に着せてやりましょう。
I finally breathe a sigh of relief. Knowing I can rely on these two people thaws the ice of worry around my heart. It's Lucian, Grand Commander Cryas. Thank you so much. Okay, is it go time? It's not go time. After speaking with His Highness and the Grand Commander, I return to the aviary to organize my information for tomorrow's trial. So, testimony is from Thomas Unruh, Matthew Miller. Then we put Linzell on the witness stand to prove Thomas's doodly-doo. I still don't know why he'd specify Linzell if he was talking to us. But I'm not sure, with what we have now, who else we could say is relevant. And then there's just a bunch of blankety blanks. The amulets are apparently popular and effective. That's weird. The amulets are sold on Bloom Lane, but only if you have a witness. Tommy Unruh. Excuse me. Says you got the amulets from a stranger. Avoid being seen, only sell it to pairs of women. He told me to say I'd gotten them a red-headed woman if I was ever caught. Do that and I'd be proven innocent at the trial. Backed by someone with considerable power, like, say, Conrad. Matthew Miller is committed to the bit because he's kind of a jerk. Don't see a lot of information here. The amulet is a forged gold historic coin, which is being sold as something other than money. I still don't get this bit. The crime is not a crime anymore, so we don't gotta worry about this. He had someone specific in mind for the defense, but fucked if we know who. It's not a particularly well-assembled plan, I'll tell you that much. I've done all I can do. It's fine. Master Tyrell is safe. He's safe in a cage somewhere, but he's safe. Probably, I think. He has to be.
こんなに言っても信じてくれない？ねえ、レバー。顔、あの子にそっくりでしょ？目の色もほら、よく見て。
Can you not talk about your color?
強情だな。あんまり無駄に力は使いたくないんだけど、仕方ないか。これでも認めるしかないよね。
Well, that doesn't make a lick of sense.
初代ヒストリカ国王ルキウスはね、女神とイシク族の始祖によって選ばれた王なの。だから本代の王も私とあなたで選んであげよう。この国の未来のために。 もう一度私たちが力を合わせるの。
Surely there is no other possible interpretation of this image.
私は女神クロム。あなたの本当のご主人様だよ。
静粛に。改定の時が来た。これより女神偽証の罪について審理する。
Court is now in session for the trial of Anastasia Linzel. Oh boy, remember when the game was about these? That was fun. This trial is a very ordinary one. The judge leads the proceedings as the prosecution explains the nature of the accused's crime. The defense repudiates, and the jurors listen. You know, a trial. You know, like a trial. You know what a trial is. We don't need to explain this to you. You're smart. The justice system of this kingdom is warped enough to allow the emotion-driven witch trials. Even now they attempt to judge two defendants at once.
被告人には弁護人の選定および証人を召喚する権利が与えられている。しかし、そこに生じた偽りの席は、すべ
Your
て被
Honorable
告人
Judge,
にある。
Invisible Man presiding.
被告人前。マシュー・ミラー、そしてトーマス・アンル。その方らは女神の祈りが込められた品と偽り販売した。間違いはないか？
はい。
マシュー・ミラー、そなたはどうだ？
ええ、間違いはありません。ですが、私も騙されたんです。
Man, what a ham.
というと？
あの金貨は本当に女神様の祈りを込めてくださったものだと教えられて譲り受けたんです。
そのものの名は？
赤髪の女、アナスタシア・リンゼルです。
静粛に。
違うんです。それ嘘なんですよ。俺もこいつも彼女に全部罪をなすりつけるように命令されたんです。
おい、
誰に命令されたというのだ？
それはわからないんだ。顔は隠してたし、ただ金払いがすごく良くて、しかも彼女を告発すればたとえ裁判にかけられても助けてやるぞって言わ
Well,
れて。
there's been absolutely no new information here thus far.
そんなことできるのって多分すげえ偉い人だと思う。
やめろ。俺まで巻き込むな。違うんです、裁判長。こいつは嘘をついてる。
嘘なもんか。俺は決めたんだ。正直に生きるって。
弁護人、どういうことなのか説明なさい。
はあ、しかし私はマシュー・ミラー一人の弁護人でしてね。トーマス・アンルーの方は担当していないんですよ。
I guess you shit out of luck, Tommy. Should have ponied up the cash.
なんでだよ。事前の打ち合わせじゃ任せとけって言ってくれたじゃねえか。いや、君の話はどうも信憑性に欠けるからね。直前まで悩んだんだが断らせてもらったんだよ。断ったのは100歩譲るとして、なんで直前まで引っ張るんだよ。もっと早く言ってくれりゃ他のやつを探して。
Yeah, he sees the lighter side of everything.
何がおかしいんだよ。
Lawyer? Is he?
検事の意見は？
マシュー・ミラー、あなたの証言に嘘偽りはないか？はっきり答えなさい。あなたはリンゼル氏を告発するのですか？
はい。
裁判長、我々はリンゼル氏を新たな被告人として起訴いたします。
And here we go.
それではアナスタシア・リンゼル証言台へ。
Witness testimony. Remember the goal. I need to render the crime of sacrilege void. He hasn't done anything wrong necessarily, but let's not focus on that for now. A single mistake could cost me my life. I need to be very careful and maybe set up some saves here and there.
これまでの審理は聞いていたな。マシュー・ミラーの告発を受けて何か申すことはあるか？
I have heard everything, Your Honor, and I have done nothing to besmirch the goddess's name.
それを証明するものは？
実はミラー被告人より書類を預かっていましてな。彼と彼女のつながりを示す契約書です。ほら、ここに二人の署名があるでしょう。
I never signed any contract, so they would go so far as to forge evidence. That's a bit of a relief, honestly. My opponent being devious enough to turn these proceedings into a farce makes things easier. I just have to do the same.
ほらほら、反論しなさいよ。でないと盛り上がらないでしょ。
I confess.
私はやっていない。無実だって主張。
I confess that it was I that gave them the coins.
はあ？
静粛に。そなたは罪を認めるということか？
No. I only confessed to handing over the coins. I did not, however, invoke the goddess's name.
何を言っている？コインは渡したと認めたのに、女神の名は語っていないなどおかしいだろう。このコインには女神の絵が描かれている。女神の肖像権は教会にあるのだぞ。
I am a defendant now, right? Which means I have the right to summon witnesses or a lawyer?
その通りだ。誰を出廷させたい？
I give him one name. Okay, Lucian specifically told us we needed him to help out, but Rick's the one who can like testify about the goddess laws that we went to, so I think he's the right move here. Lucian probably just put the additional pressure on him.
枢機卿？
Yes. Cardinal Rick Monaghan is in the gallery.
承知した。
I'm kind of upset the prosecution and defense don't have sprites. I want to see them pointing at each other, goddammit, it doesn't feel like a trial otherwise.
モナハン枢機卿、お呼び立てして大変申し訳ございません。
Why do you do that with your mustache? It looks awful.
ああ、リンゼルさん、枢機卿は大変お忙しい方なの。さっさと要件を済ませなさい。
Cardinal Monaghan. I want to ask about these coins said to be imbued with the blessing of the goddess. They are real, are they not? Man, you are so bad at your job.
何を言い出すかと思えば、そのコインが本物だと？そんなバカな！
静粛にモナハンス機卿、どうなのですか？
正しくは私が祈りを込めたものですが、しかし私は女神の代弁者、女神の祈りと言い換えても支障はありませんな。
なんと
そんなの嘘に決まってる。ただのコインだろ。
Yeah, good luck arguing that before a cardinal. No, that coin clearly houses the goddess's power, and I have proof.
証拠だと？
I mean, it says here that it's effective. That seems like our best shot. The women who have purchased these coins have all benefited from their effects. What started as a fad among commoners eventually spread to even the nobles.
確かに今のところ詐欺罪で訴えようという女性は一人も現れていない。てっきりまじない品に手を出したことを隠すためかと思っていたが、本物だからなのか。
Sure, let's go with that. It's just because they want to hide it, I assure you. Now, plenty of women seem to believe in their effects.
枢機卿になられる方には女神の力が宿っているのか。さすがですな。
いやいやいや、この程度のことで騒がれては困りますよ。
Hooray. I warned him so many times not to get ahead of himself, but that was an obviously impossible task. Let's leave addressing that for later. For now, Cardinal Monaghan specially entrusted these coins to me to help young women in need. As there was a limited amount, we had no choice but to take these roundabout methods.
なるほど。確かにこんな素晴らしいものが焦点に並べば大変な混乱を招くだろうな。
Sure, let's go with that.
女神を偽証した者はいない。全員無罪ということで。
お待ちください。まだ審理すべき議題が残っております。実はこのコイン、ヒストリカ金貨を偽造したものだったのです。
I don't understand how this isn't immediately obvious just by looking at them.
なんだと？間違いないのか？
ええ、サイズも重さも一致しました。さらに表面の加工を除去したところ、ヒストリカ金貨の名残のようなものが発見されました。
Okay, like, I guess? It seems like a very roundabout way of going about things.
しかし材質は金ではなく銅の混ぜ物。現在国内外で出回っている擬貨と同一のものです。
モナハンス機卿、一体どういうことですか？
違う。それについては私は無関係だ。
しかし先ほどあなたが祈りを施したと。
そうか、そういうことだったのか。枢機卿、あなたはそのコインに祈りを込めただけ。コインの出所はこの娘なのでしょう。
Yes, kiss her.
無関係とはつまりそういうことですよね。 あなたは何も知らされず、議科の処分に手を貸してしまった。
At least one person is having fun here.
議科の処分とは？
この議科は作りの雑さを見破られ、摘発されるようになってしまった。使い物にならないコインで最後に人儲けしようとこのお嬢さんは考えたんでしょ
う。Yeah, that's about my reaction too.
つまりリンゼルは通貨偽造に関わっていると？
You know, you're not doing a very good of defending here, Mr. Defense Attorney.
関わっているどころか主犯かもしれませんよ。
I knew it. That lawyer is one of Conrad's lackeys. I look around the courtroom. Grand Commander Cryas and Prince Lucian sit in the gallery, their expressions clouded with worry. Mr. Tyrell has yet to arrive. I need to buy time. I have done no such thing. That's a stupid question to ask in a courtroom.
証拠がないのではお話になりませんな。
呼び出したい証人もいないのか。罪人以外なら出廷させることができる。
A criminal. If Master Tyrell hadn't been imprisoned.
そもそもなぜ枢機卿がこんなどこのものともわからぬコインに祈りを込めることになったのです。枢機卿ともあろうお方がいささか軽率ではありませんかな。
Okay, whose side are you on here? I've made a deal with Cardinal Monaghan. He seems rather deferential to me for some reason, but he will likely abandon me if things take a turn for the worse. A cold sweat drips down the back of my neck as death slowly approaches.
おやおや、顔色が悪くなってきたな。かわいそうに。いや、同情してはならんな。我らが誇り高きヒストリカの金貨を偽造した犯罪者なんだから。
Master Tyrell, please, for the love of God, be involved in your own route for once.
それに、あのティレルがこの事態を想定していないとはどうしても思えないんですよね。
まさか捕まったことすら計算の上だとでも言うのか。
そういうことをやる男なんだ、あいつは。な、アナスタシア。
Gasp. That's right. Master Tyrell is often reckless and does the impossible. And now, he expects the same of us. Waiting for Master Tyrell to come rescue us is a mistake. We don't need that guy. His smug aura mocks me anyway. Must have something that can turn this situation around. I take another look at the evidence I've gathered. Summon blank is counsel for the defense. Summon blank, blank is a blank. These themselves are forged. Not seeing much. Shit, we gotta present something? Okay, this is a really vague question game. Guess we go with this one? I don't know. Oh. Is this it? Is this what Master Tyrell wants? If Grand Commander Kryze is correct and Master Tyrell anticipated his own capture, my thoughts bring me to something Master Tyrell told me before.
なんならコンラッドは俺にルーシェンの暗殺を命じるだろう。味方どころか敵同士だ。
Failing an assassination on the third-born prince will land you in jail. Not to mention that Master Tyrell would never kill Prince Lucian in the first place. So if everything really is according to his plan, then... Your knowledge knows no bounds. I respect your ability to answer any question I may have, from herbs and history to current world affairs. What other talents do you have?
製薬、法律関係、文化史、行政官の資格は持ってる。あと、カーゴシップもか。もうしばらく運転してねえが。
It's the most basic element of foreshadowing in the world. You want to put down one scene, you put it in a big pile of irrelevant details. Please summon Tyrell I. Lister. Tyrell Lister, Ace Attorney, in stores now.
残念だがリンゼルさん、その人物は投獄され、城で尋問を受けている最中だ。罪人は証人にはなれんのだよ。
No, not as a witness. I am summoning him as my defense lawyer.
なんだと?
Man is going to just clutch his chest and collapse before this trial is over.
ティレル・アイリスト。彼の名は耳にしたことがある。優秀な異端審問官としてだ。弁護人ではない。
That's where you're wrong, bucko. Look into his qualifications. The courthouse should know whether he holds the appropriate licenses, right?
おい、弁護人の名簿を調べてこい。
いや、万が一、弁護の資格を持っていたとしてもだ。罪人であることに変わりはない。罪人が弁護人なんて。ありえませんよね、裁判長。
Imagine a world where you couldn't have a convicted criminal stand in court as a lawyer. What would that even be? How could you possibly have a court system that doesn't allow for cool juxtapositions like that, I ask of you?
罪人を弁護人として召喚してはならないという規則。
It's also a rule that a dog can't stand someone as a lawyer, but that's an entirely different game.
いやいやいや、罪人の証人と罪人の弁護人なら圧倒的に後者の方がありえないでしょう。
そうだ、想定外の事態だ。故に規則にすらなっていないのだ。
そんな。
名簿の確認が終わりました。
That was fast.
どうだったんです？異端審問官が弁護人なんてありえませんよね。
ティレル・アイリスト。3年前に実施された試験に出席合格。それも歴代最高得点だったらしい。
Show off.
城の牢にいるんでしたね。城ならここからほど近い。すぐに使いの者を送りましょう。
1 hour passes, then 2. Master Tyrell never appears. You know, if there were a rule against a dog playing basketball, that would mean that Zen couldn't play with him, and I don't want to live in that world either.
弁護人はまだですか？ 城にいるのなら30分もかからずに来られるでしょう。
Why is the witness stand purple? That's been bothering me for a while. They just carved that thing out of a people-sized block of amethyst. What's up with that? Seems wasteful even for this place.
きっと逃げたんでしょ。そうに決まってます。
From the inside of jail? The lawyer begins to regain his composure. But it doesn't last for long. The door to the courtroom slowly opens. You didn't even get your badge? What are you going to present to people now? Your whip?
私の名はティレル・アイリスター。裁判所、そして被告人からの要請を受け、弁護人として参上しました。
よろしい。入廷を許可する。しかし、ずいぶん時間がかかったな。
ああ、風呂に入ってました。
Don't want a man to show up to court looking all stinky, do you?
Huh?
That sure is magisterial. Lustrous hair, bright white skin, and violet eyes that bring to mind the darkness of night. You wouldn't think he'd been in a cell but a few hours ago. He exudes more pompous arrogance than anyone else in these chambers, which is saying something. I want to throw my arms around him to listen to the beating of his heart to calm my own. But I can't. So I rein in all those impulses as I approach him.
Oh, 待たせた。
Sorry to keep you waiting. Nice going, Tyrell. Age hasn't slowed you down one bit. How were we meant to know any of this?
Huh?
I had no idea whether you actually had a license to practice law as a defense attorney, and I would have never thought to abuse a loophole to summon someone detained as a lawyer.
思いつきませんって。メモに書いといたんだが、届かなかったか？
It was covered in so much blood that we couldn't read it.
マジか。あの野郎。そういうことは言っとけってのは。
Oh?
じゃあ、なんで俺はここにいるんだ？
My gut, mostly. I bet my life on my intuition.
勘？
You women and your feminine intuitions. Not that I'd know anything about that because I'm a dude. This is not a laughing matter.
悪かったって。よく頑張ったな。ありがとな。
Well, rest is up to you. Good night.
やっぱりお前は最高だよ。ますます惚れた。
Alright, now you're laying it on a bit thick.
ああ、そろそろ審議を再開してよいか。
Not now, old man. We're having a moment.
どうぞ。
The harsh clap of a wooden mallet brings tension back into the courtroom. Right. This trial isn't over yet.
いや、もう終わりだ。
Okay. Can we go home now? Master Tyrell sees right into my mind and grins.
こんなクソみたいな茶番劇。俺がすぐに幕を引いてやる。
Now it's time to lower the curtain on this macabre play.
裁判長、議会にまつわる新たな証拠を提出します。
ちょっと待て！その前に私の問いに答えてもらおうか。なぜ枢機卿はコインに祈りを込めたのだ？
I told you at the start. He did it to help young women in need.
そんな曖昧な説明で信じられるか？
曖昧？彼女の言葉が全てですよ。枢機卿は 人々のために善行を施した。一体何をそんなに憤っているのか。まさか枢機卿を疑っているんじゃないだろうな。
That sounds an awful lot like heresy to me.
枢機卿は金の亡者で、己の利益にならないことはやらないとでも思っているのか。
なんだと。
ああ、いや、そんなことは思ってないが、このような事件の根底から揺るがしかねない事実をたった一言で終わらせられては納得しかねると。
Yeah, that sounds like a you problem.
リンゼルがとある人物から議価を譲り受けた際に渡された譲渡書です。もっとも彼女はこれが議価などではなくただのコインと聞かされていたようです。そうだよな。
Yes.
価値はなくとも見た目は美しいコイン。何やら見ているだけで心が高揚する。まるで女神様がそばについてくださっているようだとさえ思ったそうです。
In the end, I am my own best friend.
こんな素晴らしいものを自分一人が独占しては罰が下る。しかし誰かに贈与しようにも女神の衣装が施された品を渡して回って良いものか。迷った挙句モナハン枢機卿に相談したそうです。
Sure, that's what happened, yeah.
モナハン枢機卿は慈悲深く信仰心に熱いお方。ノイシュバン王家が太陽ならモナハン枢機卿は人々を導く星と言っても過言ではない。さらに芸術への造形も深くていらっしゃる。彼女がモナハン枢機卿を頼ったのは自然な流れでしょう。そして枢機卿が迷える女性の手を取ったの。そう。
Sure, why not?
一人でも多くのものを救うために私は女神のしもべになったんだ。
Master Tyrell could easily become a swindler. When did he put together this script? You would think it nothing but fact the way he effortlessly reads it off. Almost as though he's got it in front of him as he sits in a recording booth.
多くの者が枢機卿の薫陶を賜ることを望んでいる。枢機卿もまた人々を救うことが己の使命だと信じていらっしゃる。しかし何千という人を枢機卿を一人が救うのは不可能。その現実に心を痛めているうちに思いついたのです。彼女の持ってきたコインへ祈りを込めること。
なるほど、そのような経緯があったのか。司祭まできっと一層畏敬の念が高まります。あなたは本当に素晴らしいお方だ、モナハン枢機卿。
Truly, in the end, everyone wins. Master Tyrell had to clean up my mess after all. But at least with this, Cardinal Monaghan is firmly on our side, and the people here seem to trust Master Tyrell.
リンゼルはただのコインだと信じていた。その話が本当ならば、彼女は通貨偽造には関わりがないということになるな。
いやいや、まだそう結論付けるには早すぎますぞ。
ではトーマス・アンルーの証言は何だったんだ。彼女は一切関わりのないように言っていたが。
奴はこの娘に惚れてるんですよ。それで事実をごまかした。そうだろ。
別にそんなことは。
Thomas, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to turn down your proposal.
なんかよくわかんないけど、俺振られたの。
じゃあリンゼル氏に議価を譲った者は誰なんだ。譲渡書があるというなら名前も記載されているのだろう。
ええ、今行方を追っています。生きていれば証言が取れるでしょう。
何？
彼女に議価を渡した者は南部で加工業を営む男です。 銅などの金属の扱いに長けていると同業者の中でも評判だそうです。
Renowned among his peers for handling They'll make people famous for anything nowadays.
ではその男が偽造？
南部か。確か銅の産出地でもあったな。擬化の材料は銅。一致するな。
Where do you get copper? From the copper factory. Sure, that makes sense. Dot 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 dot
平
dot.
民が金欲しさに本業の傍らに偽造に手を出した。その指示をしたのがリンゼルだったなんてオチでは終わりませんよ。終わらせはしません。
どういうことだ？
南部の男もリンゼルも罠にはめられたに過ぎない。絵を描いた人物は他にいます。
リスター、君は首謀者まで突き止めているのか？
Oh, we've been sitting on that information for like a week now.
ええ、ぜひその人物をこの場に召喚いただきたい。
一体誰なんだ？
Desk slam.
ヒストリカ国の第
Points.
一王子コンラッド・ノイシュバーン殿下です。
Eyes filled with suspicion. Voices colored by curiosity and fear. The air weighed down as if by poison. These sensations are all too familiar to me as my mind flashes back to my very first trial. But this time, I'm not the suspect. Well, I mean, I am currently, but I have a competent lawyer, so you know. The man who framed me is now at the mercy of the courts. He's eyed with suspicion, barraged by curious and fearful voices, and doused in poison. Oh, how I wished for this sight. My long-held wish has finally come true, but I'm not satisfied. Ain't that always the way? It can't be. Not while his smile is still so intact.
一応一通りの説明は聞いたが、まだよく理解ができていないよ。なぜ私がこのような場に立たされているのか。
コンラッド殿下、あなたには通貨偽造の疑いがかかっています。何かお心当たりは？
あるわけないだろう。一体何の証拠があってそんなことを？
Oh, that was extremely the wrong question to ask.
それは。
まさかないとは言わないよな。証拠もなしにこの私を呼び出すとは。はあ、こんなつまらない事件に付き合えるほど私は暇じゃないんだが、困ったものだ。
証拠ならありますよ。
Master Tyrell pulls out a specific document.
この記録によると、マキナエとの取引は2年前から始まったんですね。最初こそ失敗続きだったが、さすが機械産業の発展が著しい国だ。軌道に乗るのは早かったようですね。
待て、なぜ今他国の名前が出てくる？
Well, it had to come this way eventually. We already resolved domestic issues in the base game.
このギカの製造を請け負っているのがマキナエなんですよ。
なんだと？
マキナエから見ればヒストリカ金貨を持つのは造作もないことだったでしょうね。問題は資源。あの国には鉱山はありません。輸入に頼るしかない。南部の銅鉱山の所有者はメイラー子爵家。
You know, it really does seem like every other country on the planet has it out for us. We should maybe be asking some questions about that.
ネイラー家は弟ルーシェンの派閥だな。まさかルーシェンが関わっているのか？
ルーシェン殿下は無関係です。最終的には殿下をも巻き込んで失墜させる予定だったんですよね。さすがですよ。メイラー家を陥落させ、マキナエへの同密輸を指示したのはあなたです、コンラッド殿下。
Master Tiro places one item of evidence after another on the central table. Gonna go up to Exhibit Z5 up here.
これはマキナエとの取引記録。メイラー家からの報告書に損益表、そしてリンゼル完成の指示書。
Conrad Neuschwerner, the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day.
お時間をいただけるならまだまだご用意しますよ。まあ余罪も掘り当ててしまいそうですが、そうなればどこからか追加報酬は頂戴したいですね。
Then allow me to pay you.
依頼人が見つかったのでもう一働きしましょうか。
Oh, we have fun here.
大概にしろ。
Gasp.
他国と取引して自国の金貨を偽造するなど、私はとんでもない悪人だな。王子という身分はあれど重い罰が下るだろう。その証拠が本物ならばね、仮に本物だったとしてだ。それらの書類は厳重に保管されていたはず。どうやって入手した？まさか盗みにでも入ったか？盗品は裁判の証拠にはなり得ない。そんなことを許せば裁きに便乗した略奪が横行してしまうからな。
I don't think that's how that works.
偽物ならそれはそれで問題だ。証拠の偽造も大変な重罪だからね。
これはすべて盗んだものでも偽造したものでもありません。とある方から預かったんです。
なんだって？
Yes, that's what he just said. Is there an echo in here?
おっしゃる通り、盗みも偽造も確かに違法ですが、内部告発は合法です。
Given how insanely corrupt this kingdom is, that actually surprises me.
は？
裁判長、最後の証人を召喚させてください。
ああ、許可する。
出番ですよ、殿下。
ここでルーシェンを使うのか。しかし私はルーシェンを身内と思ったことは一度もないぞ。この書類を持ち出したのがルーシェンならば、奴を盗人として告発しよう。一国の王子がこのような下賤の者の言いなりになるとは。
My god, you are bad at this.
どういうことだこれは。
Goodness me, Isaac. Since I'll be watching this stream, that's a new experience for me. Thank you for the hydrate redeem. I really needed that, thank you. Hooray, we are at the tail end of the trial, at the tail end of the route we are playing. I do not promise anything that is happening here is going to make sense to you. I'm sorry.
なぜお前がここにいる？
My god, it's...
パーカー！
Flashback. He's not actually sleeping, he's just sitting there going ZZZ. ZZZ. It's very strange.
おい、起きろ。
Gasp.
なんで貴様がここに。まさか私を殺しに来たのか。
That's your answer to everything, Parker. Calm down.
やはり貴様は兄上を失脚させようと戻ってきたんだな。私が死ねば兄上はテンプル家の支持を失う。そう考えている。
うっせえ、黙れ。
You know, I agree.
パーカー殿下、あなたにどうしてもお伝えしたいことがあり、参上いたしました。あなたと同服の弟君、アシェル殿下について。
Yeah, Prince Asher. Remember Prince Asher? Who the hell is Prince Asher? Then we all went blind.
おい、パーカー、お前がなぜここにいるんだ。一体何をしに来た。その問いに答える前に兄上に教えていただきたいことがあります。なんだ、言ってみろ。10年前アシェルに起きた悲劇について。
Oh, that Asher. I guess.
本当に兄上はご存知なのですか。誰がアシェルをあのようなむごい目に遭わせたのか。教えてください、兄上。
This is what happens when you betray literally everybody. See, betraying some people, that's alright, but you gotta set some limits. It's like drinking or smoking, or eating chocolate cake, playing scratchy lotteries, or betting the house on the ponies.
アシェル。弟。覚えてすらいないのですか。
He's killed a lot of people, you understand. It's gonna take him a minute. How do you make your mouth do that? It's weird.
通過偽造の証拠をリスターに渡したのはこの私です。すべてお話ししましょう。兄上のコンラッド・ノイシュバーンの所業を。
And that's game.
兄を裏切るのか。今までどれだけ目をかけてきてやったと思っている。
Everything after this point is just a victory lap. And I am not above taking one of those. Chandelier. Parker Noishburn's indictments drag Conrad's sins out into the open. Conrad is arrested. Prince Parker is taken into custody given his involvement in a portion of his crimes.
まあ、お前めちゃくちゃ嫌われてるもんな。兄貴が弟を可愛がる図なんて想像もつかないか。
In a way, only loving people who share all of your genes is an act of hypocrisy, is it not?
しかし、よく兄上を信じさせられるだけの証拠を集められたな。もうずいぶん前に起きたことなのに。
昨日今日集めたんじゃない。最初から持ってたんだ。
I just didn't feel like using it before now, I guess. It's a big feather accessory. Well, it came from a very big bird. A very big bird that I don't appreciate the way it looks at us, but we'll learn that later. Probably. Maybe.
え？
当然だろう。何年猟犬として仕えていたと思ってる。
コンラッド殿下もまさかパーカー殿下に裏切られるとは思わなかっただろうな。
Well, as we've established quite well this route, his imagination is rather impoverished. Though Conrad has been arrested, his punishment will be decided in subsequent trial. Saying that makes me think the bird was looking at you like this. You know, you're not that far off. How do you think the ruling will ultimately be?
本来なら極刑でしょうが、父上がどう動くかによって変わりますね。王が減刑を願えば、叶わないことはないでしょう。
I don't need to see him killed. I just need to see him moved into a position where he isn't equipped to hurt anybody anymore. I am sure he would consider that punishment enough.
よくて終身刑ってところじゃない？かわいそうだな。
And then there's this asshole.
誰だ？
Gasp. Her flowing red hair and a visage I've seen more times than I can count all feel so utterly unfamiliar to me. I've only felt this peculiar sense of déjà vu once before. Norna?
クロム。まさか女神クロムか。
I have deja vu stuck in my head. You have deja vu? Have you been in this place before? Higher on the street, or however the hell that song goes.
Hora, 言った通りでしょ？彼女なら私のことわかるって。
But Norna completely disappeared. Why are you here now?
ねえ、本当にこれでいいの？このままコンラッド君を終わらせるのは簡単だけど、ヒストリカのためにはならないよ。
I think so, yeah. He's kind of a piece of crap. His existence benefits literally nobody. Not even himself.
私は彼こそがこの国の王様にふさわしいと思ってるんだけどな。これが最後のチャンスだよ。まあ割とアウトな感じだけど、あなたなら彼を救えるでしょ、ティレル君。例えばそうだな、王様に全部罪を押し付けちゃうとか。
My god, it's brilliant.
そしたらコンラッド君も助かって、あなたも復讐できてハッピーになれるよね。我ながらナイスアイデアじゃない？
お前の正体が女神だろうが何だろうがどうでもいい。
え？
I am astonished you thought this would work.
こう見えて俺は一途な人間でね。愛する女は一人でいいんだ。
Master Tyrell. Meanwhile. Doki
その子を
doki.
殺すと言っても
お前にこいつは殺せない。そんな力があるなら俺にコンラッドを救えなんて言わねえだろ。
Absolutely disgusting. This. Yeah, I might as well complete the whole set. I don't think I'll actually be able to use it. Spoiler reasons, but I like having stuff in the memes folder.
ほんとやだな、萎縮族って。なんで殺し損ねるかな。
What?
やっぱり今の王はダメダメだね。だからコンラッド君にすげ替えようと思ったのに。
Because as we've clearly seen over the course of this route, Conrad is incredibly well adjusted and efficient. Sander, thank you for the follow. It's good to see you, Doc. Welcome aboard.
地獄でならその夢も叶うかもな。
We're being... I swear I was already following. No, it's cool. It's cool. I've done the same thing with several channels. It is fine. And yes, all of my follows and alerts and dono announcements are clips from Detective Conan, because I think about that series an unhealthy amount. Xander, welcome to the stream. We are, like, at the post-finale wind down of a very plot-heavy route of a very plot-heavy game. Feel free to ask questions, but there is a lot to explain.
地獄ね。別に行ってもいいんだけど。
You need to catch up, but it's been a while. It's quite a journey. Let me tell you.
あなたたちじゃ私は殺せないよ。絶対にね。
Should have swing because I don't usually catch you streaming. I don't usually catch me streaming either, so that's okay. My god, it's actually... Old Man Jenkins!
消えてしまったな。
No.
本当に女神クロムなのか？
Is that really Goddess Nona? You know, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no.
神殿で眠る女神と瓜二つだった。顔立ちも装いも何もかも。ただ話しているのを見たのは僕も初めてで、アナスタシア殿いかがですか？
That was not Norna. Her manner of speech was the same. It was friendly and energetic. But I doubt she'd ever speak of the Ishik clan like that. Norna seemed very respectful of Master T-Rail as well, rather than patronizing.
なんで女神が俺をさん付けするんだ？
She spoke similarly of Zen and Grand Commander Cryas, though she did seem to dote on Prince Lucian more as someone younger.
なぜ俺たちの名前が出てきたんだ？
Well, she recommended I get 4 boyfriends.
え？
Just give the awkwardness a bit to really seep in, and...
へえ。不純異性交友は本意じゃないが、女神様の勧めなら検討した方がいいのかもしれないな。
This is going to end with either 3 of them dead or a very dramatic age rating boost.
キモいこと検討すんな。夜な。チレチレ。
And 3 dead bodies it is. If that wasn't Norna, then who was she? Could she have been the fortune teller that called out to me?
ああ、話がつながったな。魔女騒動の方も解決だ。
解決と言っていいのか。彼女が魔女だというなら、俺たちは恐ろしい敵を逃してしまったんだぞ。
いいんだよ。これにて一件落着。終わり終わり。
やけに結論を急ぐな。
予定が詰まってんだよ。
I mean, like, I can't not relate, but I usually don't get to sign the book until I've actually got the guy in custody, you know? Hey, Anastasia. Yes?
ん？どうした？
Huh? Didn't someone just call my name?
いや、呼んでいないが。
This way. Over here. Come in here.
わ！びっくりした？
Hey, Rune. I still don't know why you're a cat boy. It seems like an unnecessary design flourish. Ah. Rune?
今ね、特別に許可もらって、君の頭の中でお話ししてるの。
Mission from who?
さっきの魔女、ずっと探してたんだ。君のおかげで見つかってよかったよ。ありがとね。
You were looking for her? Then who
あ
is...
とのことは僕と医師でやっとくから、任せといて。何にも心配いらないから。
God willing, maybe we'll get our answers in even if Tempest 3, the search for more money. Handle it? How?
久々に会えてよかった。また会えるの楽しみにしてるよ。バイバイ。
Well. He didn't answer a single question. He just said what he came to say and then disappeared on me. Haven't felt this variety of frustration in a long while. So, Rune just spoke to me.
ルーンって、あなたの味方だったという少年のことですか？
Tuxedo Mask vibes. Okay, but you know in the original manga, Tuxedo Mask was actually a very important and efficient and active character, and the director of the anime sabotaged, like, his entire character just out of personal spite. Always bothered me. Yes, that Rune. He told me that they would deal with the witch, so we have no reason to worry.
ほら、俺の読み通り。
Yeah, I've been reading the manga. He was done dirty. You know, speaking of Detective Conan earlier, you know, Naoko Takeuchi has explicitly confirmed in, like, author's notes and such that Tuxedo Mask was directly based on Kaito Kid. I always thought that was pretty nifty.
お前はただ面倒がっていただけだろう。まあ、人知を超えた存在が対応してくれるのなら、本当にもういいのか。
How convenient. Really? Yeah, really. Probably, yes. No, not probably, definitely. If something happens, I'm sure he'll come speak with me again.
ということは、彼女は魔女なんですね。本物の女神ではなかったんだ。安心しました。
I mean, we did clarify in the true end of the base game that witch powers are just the stolen powers of the goddess anyway, so, you know, tomato, I guess.
ああ
Master Tyrell puts all his strength into flicking Prince Lucian's forehead.
いった何するんだ
Jesus, that sounded like he was socked in the head to sound like he was pounding a side of beef. You know, the forehead implies the existence of an aft head. Food for thought. I feel Kaito Kid is a character that's been around for a long time. I mean, in the interest of fairness, pre-Detective Conan Kaito Kid and post-Detective Conan Kaito Kid are functionally different characters. Like, aside from the taste and headwear, they have nothing in common.
女神に否定されたと思ってビビったのか誰に何と言われようが、お前が王座につくことは決定事項なんだよ。時間は戻らない。もう二度とな。
Dun dun dun.
力を貸してやる。次、俺の前でふぬけた態度を取ったら許さねえからな。
Yeah, have some more faith in yourself, you stupid piece of crap.
ああ
Aww. Lucian, that face is why I'm saving your route for last. No, I'm saving the neutral ending unpaired for last, but you know what I meant. Master Tyrell.
返す返す。ここに善がいないことが悔やまれるな。
Yeah, it's so sad that Zen died of Ligma. Indeed.
戻ったら嫌ってほどこき使ってやる。ああ、そうだ。アナスタシア。大事な用がある。この後は俺の家に来い。
Oh? Okay, I will. After drawing a celebratory toast with the Grand Commander and His Highness, I return to Master Tyrell's residence. I'm curious about his important business, but I also have something I need to report. Regarding my dealings with the church, I had them remove the sacrilegious use of the goddess's visage as a punishable crime by telling them how they can profit from the charms. The charms, even. Women came out in droves night after night in search of those coins just upon hearing they had been blessed by the goddess, after all. If the church fully implements their sale in an official capacity, they can easily recover from their financial troubles. Ah, capitalism. The cause of and solution to all of life's problems. Except without the actual solution part.
まあ、俺も考えた手だが、結構なことやらかした自覚はあるんだよな。
Boy, it sure does.
これで教会を調子に乗らせたらとんでもないことになるぞ。金に目がくらんで、バカみたいに高い商品を売るようになるかもしれね
え。And that would be so much worse than everything else they've gotten up to lately. Exactly, which is why I made specifications for the charm.
何を指定したんだ?
They're to be made of a fragment of stained glass. Specifically, stained glass from the small church set to be demolished. It's such a shame for the glass to be destroyed, so I told them to use it to create a charm instead.
向こうは了承したのか?
They are. It reduces material costs, which is a boon for the church, given that they have very little to invest in the project. But that alone isn't enough to assuage my worries, so I also asked a favor of Prince Lucian. I requested that he create a new law preventing the church from dealing in expensive goods.
そりゃいいな。
take it you're a fellow mystery genre enjoyer. Of all of the potential VTuber concepts I possibly could have put myself through, I chose a forensic scientist. You tell me. I'd hoped to get the Grand Commander's permission first, but he wasn't present at the time. I regret that this report comes after everything is said and done, but here it is. Oh, and also I'm the co-founder, no, the sole founder and co-translator of a J-Mystery fan translation group. I think I set that up as a hotkey somewhere, but I don't actually remember what it is because no one's used it in several thousand years. So I'll just post the naked link in chat, because I would like more people to look at this. It makes me feel good about myself. Except when I think about the number of typos I've let slip through. I had hoped to get the Grand Commander's permission first, but he wasn't present at the time. I regret that this report comes after everything is said and done, but here it is. He left. Just like you did.
だろうな。あの小教会はクライオスの姉貴が殺された現場。枢機卿どもが葬り去りたい過去だ。けどこれで永久に残り続けるってわけか。ざまあねえぜ。
I appreciate the number of pieces of not your route that are getting resolved here. It makes me feel less bad about not picking someone else's route. And this is the sort of deep thoughts and complex analysis you get when you watch www.itsunamadoi.twitch.gov.
最後の最後まで笑わせてもらったわ。今日は疲れたろ？先シャワー浴びてきていいぞ。
You sure do like bathing. Like, you know, hygiene is important. It just seems like a weird thing to have as a hobby is all I'm saying. Wait, since when was I staying the night? Is there stuff we haven't talked about yet? I thought that was everything. Oh, Anastasia, you are the salt of the earth. Bloop, bloop. I got my eyes. My eyes, the goggles do nothing. So, thank you for the shower. And for the change of clothes.
ぼちぼちお前の寝巻きも買わねえとだよな。俺のじゃ嫌だろ。
That's not true at all.
嫌じゃねえならいいか。俺の服着てるお前結構そそるし。
Yes, Annie looks good when she's cross-dressing. We have more than established that, I assure you.
俺も浴びてくるから先ベッド入ってろ。
Okay. So there wasn't another report. I slip into bed, just as Master Tiro suggested. I can't tell if that thing has a very tall headboard or a very small mattress. Suddenly, our entire life flashes before our eyes. Dun dun dun. No, 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 it's not. It can't. Not so soon. Of course not. Oh. What? I suddenly hear Master Tyrell scream from the shower. Yeah, I'm sorry. Look, you paid for all the hot water. I'm gonna use all the hot water. He appears with nothing but a bath towel draped around his shoulders and immediately jumps into bed. What happened?
途中で湯が出なくなって水になっちまったんだよ。ああ、最悪。このオンボロアパートが。
Well, whose fault is that, you cheapskate? Dealing with a shower turned cold is some of the worst luck. I immediately open my mouth in an attempt to console him, but... It stops when Master Tyrell reaches a hand under my shirt. That feels like the sort of thing you're supposed to ask permission for first. Hideous animal screeches. It's so cold. Like the hands of death itself.
動くな。おとなしくしろ。
Frigid fingers slide across my skin. If he'd been touching my hands or arms, I wouldn't have complained, but I've never let anyone touch my abdomen or thighs before. You aren't a cat. You can't just beg for heat from another person. You sassy bitch. If you're cold, I'll get you tea or coffee. I don't think I can take...
コーヒー紅茶がお前の代わりになるのか？そんな安かねえだろ、お前は。
Tyrell, we spent like half the game trying to dismantle the slave trade. Can we not talk about this? Anime girl noises.
腹筋割れてんだな。さすが騎士。
Shut up, baby. I know it. Master Tyrell, wait.
待てだ。俺はちゃんと言ったよな。覚悟しとけって。
And when exactly did I have the time to actually prepare myself for this?
そりゃお前の能力不足だ。切り替えができるように精進しろ。
Okay, so the fact that the word shifting gears does imply that, like, cars are advanced enough to have gear shifts. But also, we have yet to invent, like, wheel lock or short barrel guns of any sort. But we still have, like, non-magical airships. And apparently electricity. I don't understand where the tech level of this setting is. That will be a subject to tackle another time. But now...
かわいい声出るじゃねえか。調子出てきたな。
Chat, why do I do these things to myself? The hang of what? His fingers move for new purpose now. Gentle touches sometimes give way to the slight sting of fingernails, and the combined tingling and pain makes my head spin. W. Dots. But we still haven't finished talking.
Huh?
Huh? We still don't know why that woman gave me an aphrodisiac.
そうか。じゃあそれは宿題な。考えておくように。
Smooch. But why are you kissing my stomach?
よく鍛えたなと敬意を表してんだよ。
Sometimes I feel like he's want all the time periods so they're ambiguous with the technology. Get all the benefits and, none of the sense sometimes. Admittedly, it is better justified here than otherwise. There's no need for any of that, so tell me about the aphrodisiac.
ひどい言い草だな。ま、今回お前も頑張ったしな。言うこと聞いてやるよ。あの女とコロナッドはお前を俺への脅しに使うつもりでいた。けど、俺とお前が本当に関係しているのか、いまいち確信が持てなかったんだろう。
Oh. At the beginning of our relationship, Master Tyrell tried to hide the truth from all but our closest friends. That affected even how these events played out.
多分お前は後をつけられていたんだろうな。俺はそれに気づかず、お前の手を取って部屋に押し込んだ。
I see. So that's why.
満足したか?
Yes. I definitely am.
よし。
Well, my god, that solid snake had lingering outside the window. Master Tyrell, stop. You're embarrassing me in front of my friends.
まだ何か?
Well, no, but...
この状態でお預けって死ぬほど辛いんですけど?
Then perish. Shit, it would have been really funny if I didn't stream right there. Damn it, I should have thought of that. Oh, it's too late now. I just...
そんなに嫌だ?
No, that's not it. I just haven't emotionally prepared.
いいよ。じゃ、その準備とやらができたら教えろ。
My god, actual consent. It's okay, we got there in the end. I'm proud of us.
けど、触れることだけは許してくれ。
Just like your nose, your forehead, or your clavicle or something. His hand stopped moving to entice and instead gently slide against my skin, as if I could break at any moment.
俺はあんなに自分が石族だってことにこだわってきたのに。
But considering that for most of your life there wasn't an Ishii clan left to be a member of was really awkward.
お前に触れている瞬間は全部どうでもよくなる。死に戻り。
Yeah, remember when that was a game mechanic?
どんなに愛しても愛されても時の彼方に消える。いっそ自分も忘れた方が楽だったろ。切り捨てちまえば歩みも軽かったろうに。お前は全てを抱えたままここまで来た。あの屋根裏部屋で初めてその話を聞かされた時、もう分かってたよ。俺はお前に惚れるだろうなって。何度死んでも蘇る。そんな規格外の女、惹かれないわけがない。
Master Tyrell. When all this is over, I'm gonna go back and make a list of how many text boxes Annie has had that is just those two words. And if I submit enough, I'll get a free box top. And if I submit enough box tops, I'll get a free snack. If I get a free snack, I will stop being hungry. That's how that works, kids. And then they kissed.
アナスタシア、俺はお前の情の深いところが好きだよ。俺は俺であることに満足してるが、お前のようになりたいとは思わなくもない。
Really?
俺が嘘ついたことあったか？
Oh yeah, several times. More times than I can count. I've yet to drink alcohol. I mean, I did in that other route, but that doesn't count. That's not canon anymore. Stop thinking about that. But this must be what the best wines taste like. That's just how sweet and tantalizing this kiss is. You know, I'm not a heavy drinker either, but I'm given to understand that most of the really highly rated wines aren't super sweet. Like, you know, notes of fruit, sure, but that's not necessarily the same thing. I've just remembered something. I just remembered we're here. But what I want to know is, where's the caveman? Does anybody even remember that anymore? Am I aging myself?
なんだ？俺が好きって話
Aging myself with the posture I'm sitting with right now, let me tell you. That doesn't require remembering, but when you asked me about my relationships during the Fatal Rewind, I told you I didn't have any.
今他の男の名前を出してみろ。あくまで泣かすからな。
But I did remember that you kissed me once. I guess it was more accurately a medical maneuver. I lost consciousness and you gave me medicine via mouth to mouth.
それが最初で最後か？
It was. I will rule the world. After a booming laugh, Master Tyrael kisses me once more.
口移しってこんな感じ？
I don't really remember.
じゃあ、今覚え直さねえとな。
Okay, I feel like you're steamrolling everything I'm trying to say here. Keep got arrested back on October 3rd, 1970. Yeah. Remember that case. Particularly gruesome. He steals my breath away with his intensity. My body feels tied down and under his control as he entwines his tongue with mine.
愛してるよ。
The finishing blow is a sensual whisper, and I'm so overcome that I wrap my arms around his shoulders.
心の準備とやらはできたか？
I'm not sure that's the kind of thing you should actually say.
そりゃ失敬。お前を待ってたような言い方したが、本当に時間が必要だったのは多分俺の方だ。俺はお前を怪我したくない。
You got a weird way of showing it, Master Tyrael. That's a surprisingly foolish thing to say.
だと？
Okay, you're excused. Touching you like this could never corrupt me. I promise. Why don't you see for yourself?
言うじゃねえか。煽ったのはそっちだからな。途中で泣き言言っても聞かねえぞ。
His eyes sparkle with mischief as the corners of his mouth curl upward. As Chitira looks down at me with a familiar smile, there have been like 3 scenes here where I thought this bit was ending and expected the credits to roll. My god.
何が4股だ。ふざけんな。他の野郎を見る暇なんか一瞬だってねえから。頭から足の先まで、死ぬ瞬間まで。
You know, I don't think this is as romantic as you seem to.
お前は俺のもんだ。
And then they fucked. And roll credits. And roll credits. And roll credits. My god. Okay, what are we saying? Same credits roll as last time. I ask as though I remember what was playing last time. Fucking Sasuke, played that guy. My brain still sometimes refuses to accept it. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and assume that we are getting the explanation of what was up with the second witch. Protector of Joy, Paramour of Prayer. I mean, if you say so. I'm guessing we're gonna find out what was up with the second witch. Probably on the neutral route. That seems like a place where you go to get lore. That makes sense to my brain. Well, we got an entire courtroom section out of that case, so I guess I prefer it out of that route, rather. So I guess I prefer it to Cryas's. Original concept by Satoshi Nohara, and directed and scenario written by Ayane Ushio. I get a bit impatient during romance scenes, because that's not what I'm here for, but you know what? It's my fault for buying this game just because the previous one had semi-Ace Attorney flavored courtroom sections. I do not dislike Tyrell as a love interest. I think he's got a very interesting, like, backstory. I think he's very funny when he's being a little shitter. But he's very good when he's not in a bed about striking a balance between, like, needling you but backing off the millisecond it becomes apparent that you're, like, actually going through emotional shit and don't need this right now. And that is a mistake a lot of lesser romance writers make. A mistake a lot of lesser mystery writers make. That is the word, Mitsu. What do people talk about during credit sequences? I still have yet to learn. As I'm sure you all have noticed. But Tyrell's dynamic with Maya, very funny. I think Maya's dynamic with all the allies is very funny. Twitch app hates me right now. The Twitch app hates everybody all the time, it's fine. Now, on the one hand, it's kinda cool that they reworked the entire, like, vocal soundtrack into English for the English release. A lot of games do not do that. On the other hand, is that really English? I ask of you. Yeah, I'm still not entirely clear what this title means. Blew. No plot twist will ever hit as hard as the fact that this, of all games, was made by Voltage. This is how you know it's a good game. And... Man, I think this saves quickly. Alright, did that unlock us a new story that's been available in Love Stories? I knew it, okay. And side stories. Wait, there's a... So then did we not get a next for... Okay, yeah. Figured it had to be Conrad, because otherwise I am rambling. Next time we stream this game, we'll probably do Conrad's little side story. And if the last one of those we did is any indication, we will not have enough time to do anything else on that stream. So look forward to that. I hope you all enjoyed that, because it was an event, let me tell you. I still never learned how to end a stream properly. So, good night, goodbye, and until we see each other next time, be sure to take care of yourselves. I do not want your body to be the next one to wind up on my slab. Good night, everyone.